Hi, Trinity. I'm so excited to have the opportunity to gather with you in person again and to worship together. And since some things are going to be just a little bit different going forward for a while because of the precautions that we're going to have to take, I thought it would be nice to take this opportunity to walk with you a little bit through some of the things that we'll have to do differently, just to help you get a feel for it before you come in so you're comfortable knowing what we need to do. We'll be unlocking the front doors about 15 minutes before service times. So if you'll come at that time, we'll make sure the doors are unlocked. We'll have them propped open, as you can see right here. That way there's no need for you to touch the handles any more than necessary. I know we're all having to touch handles, but as much as we can cut down on that, it'll help. So if you'll come sometime within those 15 minutes before our services start, the doors will be open for you and you can come on inside. And of course, you know we have restrooms down this hallway. There's a men's room straight ahead and a ladies' room just around the corner to the left. We're going to make sure that those are disinfected for you in between every service. Of course, there are other bathrooms around the church building, but if we could work together to make sure that we, as much as possible, stay in this front hallway and these front bathrooms and in the auditorium, then it'll cut down on some of the cleaning and disinfecting that we need to do. Now, once you come inside, one of the first things you're going to see is our hand sanitizing station. It's not completely finished at this point. We have a touchless hand sanitizer dispenser that is on the way. It just hasn't arrived yet. If it's not here by the time our services start back, we do have this container. Please use it when you come in and sanitize your hands. We'll make sure that we have plenty of this on hand as we go forward. But this is where it will be, either in the pump or in the touchless dispenser. Please make sure you get some on the way in. Once you get past the hand sanitizer dispensers, you will come to this table right here that's going to have most of the things that you'll need for the service. One of the things that we have on the table, on either end, we have these boxes to put tithes and offerings in. Because we're not going to pass the plate, we felt like that was too much of a risk to take of passing other things along with the plate right now. So if you'll just put it in here, we can give without having to touch anything, and at the end of the service we can seal those up and disinfect them if needed and get those to Kathy. So we won't pass the plate, but if the Lord leads you to give, go ahead and drop it in either one of these. Now we also have a supply of reusable masks that have been provided to us here at the church. If you have your own, like I do, you're more than welcome to wear it. It's encouraged. But if you don't have one of your own, can't get a hold of one, we have several that have been made for us. You'll find them here in the basket marked clean masks. When you walk in, somebody, probably Charla, but somebody will be here with gloves to hand these to you so you don't have to dig through there to find one. Now, if you use one of the ones that has been provided to the church, what we're going to ask you to do is on your way out, there's this basket here that says used masks. If you'll drop that in here on the way out, we have somebody who has volunteered to make sure those are cleaned and bleached and ironed and returned back over here to the clean masks before the next service. If you would help us out with that, we would really appreciate it. If you need an offering envelope, somebody will be here with gloves to hand those out to you as well. If you have children with you, we have bags here with candy and goodies and sermon notes to keep them occupied during the service. Somebody will be here with gloves to hand those out to you as well. At this point, it's still up in the air whether we are going to use bulletins or not, whether we're going to use song lyric sheets handed out or hymnals. But if we do have bulletins or if we do have song lyric sheets, those will also be here at this table, and somebody will be available with gloves to hand those out to you. If we use hymnals, we'll make sure that the hymnals are disinfected in between every service. One thing we really need your help with is to try to keep this area as sterile as possible. Now, the way you can help us do that is by not coming and serving yourself with any of the things that you need to take, whether it's the masks or song sheets or bulletins or offering envelopes or bags for the children. Somebody will be here with gloves to help you with that. With the offering, though, feel free, because we are going to disinfect it afterwards, feel free to drop your offering in that basket yourself. Now, the state has continued to recommend we not have nursery or children's classes at this time, so we are voluntarily abiding by that. As I said, we do have these bags here for the children. Now, for my two smallest children who will not be satisfied by a bag, we do have this area set up over here. So that's really nothing for you to do. I'm just warning you about it ahead of time, because it may be a little noisier than usual in the service. But I know a lot of people have been cooped up throughout this whole quarantine time and haven't been out, haven't been around others, and it's been too quiet. So hopefully the noise of the children won't bother you too much, but we'll get through all of this together. Now, as you can see from that broad view of the auditorium, we've taken a lot of the seats out and we've rearranged them into smaller sections that are spread out about 6 feet apart from each other to try to help with social distancing. One thing that we're going to ask you to do is to just do like you're doing everywhere else and keep social distance from people that you don't live with or haven't been around. So I'd encourage you to try to sit in one of these little sections with people that you live with or close family members that you've been going and checking on, people that you would be with during social distancing. In one of these sections of 4 seats, if we need to, somebody can sit on either end and you're about 6 feet apart. According to our public health officials, it's very important that we still do our best to maintain social distancing as much as possible. So we're not going to have a welcome with handshakes or fist bumps or anything like that. We're going to try to keep 6 feet apart for a little while longer to keep everybody safe. Even those who've already had this, we can't assume that we can just hug all over them because we know they don't have COVID-19. That may be true, but their immune systems have been ravaged by this and they're still susceptible to other things from us. So we need to be mindful of that as well. Keep our distance from them. We encourage you strongly to wear masks just to keep down the particles. One of the few things that we do know about COVID-19 is that it's spread by respiratory droplets, and some studies have suggested that those droplets may spread up to 13 feet away when people are singing. So if we wear our masks, that may cut down on how far those droplets are able to spread. We're all trying to figure this out together and do the best we can to follow the recommendations of our public health officials and keep one another safe, to do things that maybe are a little uncomfortable for us or a little unpleasant for us, but do it out of love for those who might be more vulnerable to this, and to try to do it in a way that we can use some common sense and still be able to gather together. That's the main thing we've missed, is the gathering together, and I'm so looking forward to it. So we don't want to burden you with a bunch of rules. I just want to make you comfortable with how we've tried to set things up here to keep it as safe as possible for as many people as possible. And now, to lighten things up a little bit, I've invited some help to come and show us how to do this and how not to do this. Good idea. Minimizing contact with the door handles. Bad idea. Maximizing contact with the door handles. Good idea. Cleaning your hands when you enter the church. Bad idea. Assuming your hands are clean enough when you enter the church. Good idea. Being helped with items on the front table. Bad idea. Helping yourself to items on the front table. Good idea. Maintaining appropriate social distance when sitting. Bad idea. Invading others' personal space while sitting. Good idea. Greeting others from a distance of 6 feet. Bad idea. Greeting others from a distance of 6 millimeters.